You want me to read another one? Here's a little one with a punning title. It's called The Proof, and has to do not merely with proving, but also with galley proof correction. Shall I love God for causing me to be? I was mere utterance. Shall these words love me? Yet when I caused his work to jar and stammer, and one free subject loosened all his grammar, I love him that he did not in a rage once and forever rule me off the page, but thinking I might come to please him yet, crossed out delete and wrote his patient stet. Here we have a little of our dog in the background. That's good. The dog would be perfectly all right. Yes. Here's a translation of a poem by Anna Akhmatova, who is, I guess, by general agreement, the best Russian poet of the present time. And I only have about 27 words of Russian myself, but I did this with Olga Carlisle, who knows all of the words. It's called Lot's Wife, and it comes out of 1920, 1921, a period when Akhmatova was full of hopes for the revolution, but also full of an understandable regret for the world of the past which she was leaving. Lot's Wife. The just man followed then his angel guide, where he strode on the black highway, hulking and bright. But a wild grief in his wife's bosom cried, "Look back, it is not too late for a last sight of the red towers of your native Sodom, the square where once you sang, the gardens you shall mourn, and the tall house with empty windows where you loved your husband and your babes were born." She turned, and looking on the bitter view, her eyes were welded shut by mortal pain. Into transparent salt her body grew, and her quick feet were rooted in the plain. Who would waste tears upon her? Is she not the least of our losses, this unhappy wife? Yet in my heart she will not be forgot, who, for a single glance, gave up her life.
How do you approach a translation?
In this case, I approached it by way of listening to Olga, who was sitting out here on the porch, read the Russian to me a couple of times, and then give me a rough English translation, making no effort to be poetic. And then I questioned her about the technique of the original. Was the meter a little light considering the subject, that kind of thing? And about the meaning of this word or that. Does that word house in the first line, does that word dom mean house, residence, or what? After a while I began to feel, with all of these raw materials gathering on my sheet of paper, that I was writing the poem myself and from scratch.
I'll just stand back here and play for a while.
Yeah.